this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for how to improve your finances. So keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if you do get an answer that resonates with you, leave a comment below and let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think and what your thoughts are about the message that you receive. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose a card or a stack of cards. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to get your message. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started. And if you choose any of the other numbers, head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers post the timestamps. Thank you guys again for your help with that. So let's go ahead and get started. For those of you guys who choose number 1, how can you improve your finances? Okay, this is very interesting, especially getting both of these cards in the same message. That's so weird. I don't know if this has ever happened before. Well, first of all, where you're at right now is just like an injustice. You feel like you're working really hard, but instead of getting all these coins here, you're getting this feather. Maybe you just have enough to pay the bills, keep the lights on, but not so much more. Some of you guys here do have a pretty good financial situation. You just want to improve it. You just want to grow it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are worthy. And remember, the more that you allow yourself to receive, the more that you can give. So the biggest message that is standing out to me here is all about networking and making connections. And so that is definitely something I'm seeing, because we have these cards here that are talking about a group of people, working with a group of people, or connecting with a group of people. This might have to do with like knowing your market. If you have a product or a service that you're putting out there, maybe this is knowing exactly like who you're marketing to. It could also be talking about marketing and advertising to a wider audience. If you're not already on social media, this might be talking about figuring out what social media platforms you can use in order to connect with others. So maybe this is using LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube or, something like that. It's really interesting. I was actually looking for a doctor, and a lot of doctors these days have Instagram accounts where you can see their work or you can see their reviews, or they talk about what they're doing and they talk about their methods and their results. And I was able to choose a doctor based off of that. Even doctors are posting on, social media to connect with people out there. So whatever career, whatever industry you're in, you might be able to use and utilize social media in order to show people what you're doing, show people what you have to offer. If you are looking to get hired by a certain company, using LinkedIn could definitely help you. Maybe you're already doing this, and the message for you could be just like getting out there, scheduling meetings with people. Some advice I've given a lot in my personal coaching sessions, because I do offer personal coaching and I help people grow their businesses or start a business. It's one of the things I do with my coaching. Something I've talked with some of my clients about is collaborating with other people that are in your industry or in a similar industry with you. This could be really, really helpful in kind of developing an audience. The thing about this is that it's more about what you can give than what it is you can receive. So sometimes if you're starting something at the bottom, like giving and giving and giving is the best way, because you're getting your results out there, you're developing more clients or more customers that can really help. For instance, my partner, he's really working on growing his YouTube, Fox Astrology, if you want to check it out. He just did a contest where he gave away 4 chart readings, and that's keeping him busy so that he has a lot of work to do, and it's also blessing other people, and it's getting people interested in what he's doing. And, you know, maybe word of mouth will spread. Maybe those people will be thankful and they'll tell others and he'll get more clients through it. Or maybe they'll just have a positive experience and he can use a review to put on his website. Or maybe it's just going to help him be able to just get more experience. So think more about what you can give in order to receive. We don't always give to get. That's not always the best energy to go in it with, but giving for the sake of giving, giving in order to get more experience, giving in order to connect with other people, focusing on connections is going to be the best way for you to grow your income. Maybe this is talking about finding a business partner. Marketing is definitely something that's coming out for you, or it could be talking about you starting a business with like another person. I also see that there are some new people that could be coming into your life, whether this is new clients or this is people you can work with. So let's say that you are a painter and you're trying to figure out a way to get your paintings up on Etsy or like on a website or something, and you're trying to grow your social media, you're trying to market. There's a couple things you could do. Maybe you could go to a painting class in order to meet people in person and to get tips and to find friends you can paint with and friends you can collaborate with, and you can film some of the stuff you're doing in school and you can put it on your social media. Maybe you can actually do a giveaway for your paintings. You can use hashtags. You can do a giveaway of one of your paintings in order to kind of build hype. And maybe you can use multiple social media networks, following other painters, lifting them up, writing comments and saying, wow, this is a really beautiful painting and check out my work. Or sliding into people's DMs and saying, hey, do you want to do a collab? Maybe I can paint half the painting, you can paint the other. Maybe we can both go in on a giveaway together. Or, you know, this is definitely networking. That's just a random example, but that's a huge thing that I see for you. So the Four of Pentacles is saying that you are definitely going to have material gain and stability. There's really good news coming in for you. Your bank account will definitely grow. But there's a warning that kind of comes with this card that says, try not to become so focused on the money that you forget why you are doing this business or why you're working this job or why you're starting this whole thing. Like, don't be so focused on the money that you forget that, you know, you need to enjoy what you're doing or it takes time to grow. Let's say you're starting a business and it's like day one. And let's say you're starting a YouTube channel to offer personal readings, like me or something. Let's say you started your YouTube channel, you're posting every couple days, you have an Instagram account, you're posting, like you're getting it going, and you got a couple hundred followers or like 1,000 followers or something, and you have like a website and your prices are like $70 for a reading, $100 for a reading, $200 for a reading. And every time you post, you're saying, this is how much my readings are and buy a reading from me. And like, that's all it is. And you're always talking about it. The thing is here is it might be frustrating to you because you've been doing this for 3 to 6 months or something, and you haven't been able to quit your day job, or you don't feel like you're making enough, or your followers aren't growing fast enough, and you're getting frustrated, and you raise your prices again, and like that kind of energy is more just like, it's more like give me. And it's okay to know your worth. It's okay to ask for abundance and for support for something that you're passionate about. But if you're starting from the bottom, the best way to approach this is more to think like, what can I give these people? How can I grow this community? So it might be better when you first start not to charge and just do a bunch of readings on your channel, and maybe do like a free reading contest once a week. All you got to do is follow me, follow my Instagram. One person wins a reading every week. Maybe once you get to 1,000 subscribers or 100 or whatever it is you need to go live, to do a live reading session once or twice a week and just give for free. And then start by pricing your readings kind of lower, more affordable, a price that doesn't insult you, but is also very accessible. And you can go from there. And, maybe not mention every single reading you do that you're, buy a reading from me, buy a reading from me. I try not to do that too much, you guys. When I have a sale, I'm like really push it, but, I'm working on it too. But, it's more about giving. Like, you've got to really think about, where you're starting from and how to grow there and how to give to your community and how to bring people in and how to really develop relationships versus just give me. So that's another message with this is like, it's same thing with the job that you get. If you're working at a job for someone, sometimes like you just can think of your job as like just a paycheck. So you go in and you're just like blah, and like you don't want to talk to the people and it just sucks. Like, find a way to make your job interesting. Find a way to like engage. Maybe that'll lead you to a promotion. Find a way to find opportunities in your business. This reading right here is really not about like getting another job. It's kind of more like where you're already at or the business you're already starting. So you might want to watch some more of the other messages if you want more advice on like leaving your job or something like that. But it just seems like really being involved, really focusing more on what you can give, networking, making connections with other people, getting out of your comfort zone. This is going to help you bring in more income. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support and for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So, for those of you guys who choose number 2, how can you increase your finances? Okay, this message right here is definitely about education. This is about growing your knowledge and your skills. Maybe what's holding you back right now is maybe needing to go to college or complete college. Maybe it's non-traditional education, like taking some kind of certification course. Maybe it's just kind of taking the reins yourself and doing an online course, or just watching tutorials online, or reading books, or getting a mentor or like a tutor, or taking classes. Education, however you define it, even if it's self-education, is going to bring you opportunities. As a random example, a couple years ago, I've always loved makeup. I love doing makeup, you guys know that. And I was doing fashion styling, and I was living in Los Angeles, and man, is it expensive there, you guys. LA is very expensive. And so I was at this point where I was like, I need to make more money, and what is like something that I like to do that I feel like I could like learn and teach myself in my off time. And so I went on YouTube and I did a bunch of tutorials and was teaching myself how to do like makeup for the camera and for models and stuff like that. I had friends I was working with that were makeup artists, so I worked with them. One of my friends even gave me a really awesome discount. So I was able to buy a lot of pro makeup at a discounted price. And I kind of like had friends help me, and I learned online, and it created more opportunities. I got a couple jobs doing makeup, actually, just makeup, which was really cool. So this is maybe about being resourceful and thinking, is there something that I do that I like that I could probably teach myself, or maybe get some help? Or are there any friends around me that are kind of like doing something that seems like I could learn from them? Like, this is about taking advantage of kind of the tools and resources you already have, and maybe taking something to the next level. Or it could be something random. Maybe it's like, I really love clothes, and you guys know my mind automatically goes to fashion. And I have a friend who's a fashion blogger, or I follow all these bloggers, and maybe I can like look online and Google and YouTube like how to become a blogger or an influencer, and like put together a little plan for myself. And maybe there's someone has an online course I can purchase that will teach me how to do it, and maybe I have a friend or someone I can hang out with, or maybe I can apply to intern with somebody who's doing this and see if like I could try this out and create an opportunity. For some of you guys, it's literally like, okay, I need to get back in school, or I need to like get in that nursing program or whatever. So this definitely has to do with education. Maybe for some of you guys, it's like, you know what, I want to start a shop on Etsy and I want to learn how to make my own jewelry. So maybe I can get some jewelry making books. Maybe I can make a mood board of inspiration. Maybe I can look up tutorials on how to make jewelry. And so these are just some random ideas here that are an example, you guys, but this is saying like education, knowledge, mentoring, tutoring, school, all that kind of stuff is what's going to help you grow your income. And it looks like it might be a new path for you. It could be a path you've already been on or an idea you've already had, and you could just be encouraged to continue on this path. Maybe some of you guys are already in school, already on this path, but for some of you guys, this might be like a brand new idea. It might be something you've thought about, but you're hesitant, and the only thing that's really keeping you from making income off of this idea is just the knowledge and the education. So empower yourself with the knowledge that you need. You know, I thought about the makeup thing for a long time and I practiced a little bit, but it wasn't until like I got serious about it and made a plan and like sought out the information and the education that it turned into extra income for me. So this is the responsibility card. Responsibility is the ability to respond. You've probably been having repeated visions, repeated thoughts, repeated ideas, people telling you, why don't you try this? Or wow, you're really good at that. Or maybe in your mind, you're like, oh, I really want to, repair motorcycles or something, and I'm always tinkering with my bike. Maybe I can go to school, or I can learn online, or I can, practice more, ask a friend if I can help with their bike or whatever, Once again, random ideas, but this is about you actually going for this and studying it and making it happen. And this will make you really happy. Yes, it will definitely grow you more income, but in the meantime, if you pick something that's fun that you're already naturally good at, you'll be happy in the meantime. Like while I was learning how to do the makeup stuff before I even got money from it, I had fun, and that's the cool part is it's like, wow, I'm having fun and I get money. How amazing is that? Doesn't mean it's not hard work. There's sometimes you're frustrated. I was trying to learn how to do winged eyeliner and I remember just crying because I was like, I can't do this. It's hard. But, you get better as you learn. And I just think this is talking about educating yourself or getting educated on it and sticking to that path and making it happen and not giving up. And respecting yourself. Like when you educate yourself and you learn more and you keep yourself accountable, you naturally start to respect yourself more. Like you become really thankful for the knowledge that you're learning and you feel better about it. You don't feel like you're half-assing it or you're winging it. So take this education seriously and make sure you choose something that's fun for you. So education, 100%. The Seven of Pentacles here is talking about how like you've been kind of contemplating this idea or working on this path for a while and you're feeling really uncertain and you're looking back at the hard work you've already done, because some of you guys have been on this path for a while, just thinking like, what's wrong with this? Shouldn't I be reaping the rewards by now? Why isn't the money or the income here now? And I think for some of you guys, this is just a message to keep on keeping on. The money's gonna come. First you take action, then the money comes. So this is saying there have been rewards for you already on this path, but the monetary rewards will come soon, okay? So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's see how you can increase your income, how you can grow your finances. All right. So this message might be kind of annoying because it's not really like a cut and dry answer. Like all you have to do is just this random step you never thought of and here's all the money. This is a message of endurance, okay? Here is where you're at right now. You're at the bottom of this mountain, or maybe you're here on this peak. You've climbed a little bit already. You've done some work. But this is saying discipline, strategy, and hard work are needed more than ever in your life right now. Because you're going to try to make it to the top of this mountain and get all these pentacles and get this reward. So this is saying that you need to conquer the mountain when it comes to your job or career. So this is a message of endurance. You need to build a really strong foundation for yourself. So this means a foundation with your education, like we talked about in the last message. If you want to watch that, maybe it'll apply to you. I think that was number 2. That might apply to you as well with this message. Maybe not, but this is talking about growing a good foundation. So before you make all the money, you have to have a foundation. You can't just skip ahead to all of a sudden all the money's coming. So let's say you're developing a website and you find all the products you want to sell and you put them on your website and it's up. And 3-6 months later, you're upset because you barely made enough money to cover taxes and to cover your expenses. Well, you need to grow a foundation. Like, you need to have really good marketing. Maybe you need to work more on your graphic design so your website's more inviting. Maybe you need to branch out and go on other social media, and do that. Maybe you need to hire people to model your products for you or to kind of set up the photography or the scene. Or maybe you need to think more about video work and different ways to market, different ways to put the product out there, different ways to showcase it. And also allow time. This is talking about time here, endurance, time. Occasionally there's like some kind of product or something or service that will launch and it'll take off really fast in a year. Oh, I have a multi-million-dollar company. Awesome. But a lot of times those people have marketing strategies. Like, they hire people to showcase the products for them that have a ton of followers or that have a lot of influence. Like, you got to have a plan. So this is saying maybe you need to kind of dial it back and think of a plan for exactly how you're going to climb this mountain. Maybe, like, this is a big mountain here and you need to figure out what supplies you need. You need to figure out when you're going to rest, what trail you're going to take, if you need to bring oxygen with you, like, how to take care of your body, like the food supply. Like, this is just a metaphor, but you can't just climb the mountain. Like, one day you just wake up and you just start walking. You need a coat, you need the right shoes, you need the right food, you need to bring a tent, you need all the things. So this is saying, don't just go climb the mountain without setting up your foundation and getting everything ready. So this is talking about you're waiting for some kind of big break or for some kind of big opportunity. But the message here is saying with your finances, you've got to create the opportunity and you've got to stay dedicated. So I feel like this message is that you're in a transitional period. You're in a transition and you got to figure out how you're going to get to this top of the mountain. So what you might want to do is make a 6-month plan or a 1-year plan and decide in 6 months or 1 year from now, where exactly do I want to be? And write a list of that out. Where exactly do you want to be in 6 months to a year? And then once you have that and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, that's going to be so awesome. Then you want to work backwards, okay? So 6 months from now, you want to be making this much money, you want to have this many clients or this much product going out, or you want to have this, raise at your job or your company, or go to the next position or whatever it is, or have a side hustle. Work your way back from there. So month 5, what would you need to do month 5, in order to get there? Let's say maybe by month 5, you've got the marketing done, you got this thing done, you got this thing done. Okay, then what needs to happen month 4? Then what needs to happen month 3? Then what needs to happen month 2? And then what needs to happen this first month? So you're road mapping, working backwards. And then you can break it down into days. So you know what you need to do month 1. And so every day give yourself 1 task a day in order to get there. That's how I've done everything, you guys. I have a master plan right now that's a 6-month plan, and I'm a couple days into it. And I've done this many times before. And my 1 task for today is to vision board and brainstorm something. I'm gonna do that later after I'm done with my videos. So like I'm literally on this hustle right now, and it's hard because you're in the transition and you're like, where's the money? But you know, you're here and you're like, why am I not at the top yet? But you've got to be patient and you've got to stay dedicated. And dedication, you have to have a plan, or else you're just gonna forget. Every day you're gonna wake up and not know what to do. And the wonderful thing is if you do a 6-month plan or a 1-year plan and you work backwards, giving yourself tasks for each month, and then you break that into one thing a day based off each month what you know you're supposed to do, it's amazing because you wake up every day, you have one task, that's all you have to do. And you know, doesn't mean that one task doesn't take hours of work, but it keeps you from sitting around just being upset that nothing's happening, you're not moving forward. So I see the money coming. This is saying like, go with the flow, don't resist the energy too. Some days you might wake up and you'll see your plan and you're like, I have to readjust this because I just can't today. But you know, give yourself plenty of time. But I think for you, it's just accepting that you're in a transition, realizing that this big break or this opportunity isn't just gonna fall from the sky. You have to create it yourself. You got to put some hustle behind your prayer. I saw a meme today. It said, put some hustle behind that prayer. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So that's kind of your message. Put some hustle behind the prayer. Work your way backwards from your goal and roadmap, okay? And break it down. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, here is how to grow your finances or improve your income. Okay, so this may not resonate with everyone. Okay, so trust yourself, trust your heart, pick another message if you're feeling like this is not for you. This has to do with a big life decision. Don't do anything impulsive after receiving this reading. Pray, trust your heart, journal, etc. But this message seems to be talking about making a decision about perhaps leaving the job you're at and moving to another job. It might be best if you get another job before you quit. I've had some people reach out and be like, Rainbow Harmony, I saw your reading and I just decided to up and quit my job and yay, everything's gonna work out. And then they write me back a couple weeks later and they're like, Rainbow Harmony, why did your reading tell me to quit my job? I'm like, I did not tell you that. Make a logical decision, you guys, please. This is saying you might need to get your resumes out there. You might need to start thinking about applying for another job and start thinking maybe there are other options for you out there. Sometimes we stay with one job or one source of income or one line of work because we feel safe there, we feel comfortable there, we know what to expect, and we worry that there might not be anything out there. Sometimes we think like, this is the only choice, this is the only path for me. You guys all know I've talked about a million times about how I was at this one job for 13 years. And I gave so much of my time and so much of my life to it, even though I outgrew it. I outgrew it, honestly, after like 3 or 4 years, but I stayed there for so long because I literally thought this is all I'm good for. I don't have a college education. I don't come from this, or this doesn't happen, or I don't have a car. I don't have a thing. Like I had so many excuses, but really you can create change. There are infinite opportunities. You do need to use your logic and be smart. But this is talking about how you just really want to go on a new path. And safe to say, I eventually did. And I know that you can too. That's why I'm here talking to you guys about this. I think sometimes when we're in a job that's not suited to us, or that's a huge challenge, or where we're being harassed or abused, or it's a toxic workplace or work environment, it can really affect your life. Like, you aren't what you do. You are not defined by what you do or by your job or by your day job. But the reason I talk about it so much on this channel is because that's where you're giving a very significant portion of your time, and it can affect your health, and it can affect your mood, it can affect your perception. So it's really important to kind of make a plan for your life about how you want to spend your time and figure out what you want to offer to this world. And some jobs, you know, are just temporary, or are just getting you from A to B, and it can be a great blessing. Steve Carell, the actor, before he was an amazing actor, he was actually a telemarketer, and he worked in that job for years. And he talked about how it was really soul sucking, but like he did that, for a while because he felt that's like all he was good for, or he just needed to make ends meet. So maybe some of you guys are going to have a Steve Carell moment, and you have dreams and passions, and you're making ends meet, and you're moving forward to something else. And that's okay. Maybe it can't be 100% perfect situation, but this is saying really look at the struggle you're in right now, and you might need to leave this particular job behind, or this line of work behind. So for some of you guys, this means traveling, like moving somewhere else, or moving jobs, or moving businesses, or moving location, or looking for a job in the next town over, the next city over. For some of you guys, it does mean you might have to save up a little bit to help make the transition smoother, or to be able to get the proper transportation, or to be able to move to this new place. This could also be saying like you're just not getting paid much and you're struggling, and so like everything's stressful and you feel like you barely even have time to put your resume out there together. But this is saying you have a decision to make. Are you going to accept this situation, or are you going to open up to receive more? So this is kind of the risk you might be taking, which is putting the resume out, looking for another job, and seeing if there's another possibility. And it might not be, there might still be challenges in the new job, but I just feel like it could refresh your perspective. Sometimes I've heard of people or spoken with clients where like they go through this cycle where they're at this shitty job, and then they finally get a new one, everything's great for a while, and then it's like the same thing, and then they get another job and they think it's going to change everything and fix everything, and then it doesn't. If that keeps happening to you over and over and over again, like listen to yourself, listen to the situation. If you keep finding yourself in this same exact place over and over, you've changed the scenery but not the situation, it might mean like maybe you need to educate yourself or get education, or maybe you need to start a new job or start a business or start a side hustle. Maybe you have to kind of pivot into another direction. So I feel like a lot of work is going to be required of you to gain new income. It might have to do with getting a new job, getting a new day job, starting a side hustle, or working towards some bigger dream, or going back to college, or getting your own self-education or something. But there are career opportunities. Anybody who's here who feels like they're stuck and there's no other job out there for you, there is. There's something better. There's always something better. Try to find a way to be realistic with where you're at, and hope for something more. But remember, you're the solution. You're the solution. So this is clearance. This is letting go of people, places, habits, thoughts that no longer serve you. Money is a mindset. I can't believe I haven't even talked about this yet so far in the reading. Money is definitely a mindset. And so when you believe that you're wealthy, when you believe that your life is rich, when you believe that there are possibilities, when you believe that things can change, when you believe that you're capable, when you believe that the work that you do grows income, when you believe that you attract wealth to you, you do. And so affirmations are the best for money. Honestly, the mindset is everything. I accepted that. I dropped out of college and I accepted that job because I thought that's all I was good for. I came from a family that was not very well off, and so I thought that's what I was good for. I was told by others that I wasn't good at this or that, and so I thought this is all I'm good for. I stayed in that job for so long because I thought like it's too hard, or I don't have a degree so I can't get this job, or it's too hard to start a business, it costs too much money, I don't have the money. It was a lot of lack mentality. I could barely pay my bills, so I was just like constantly reiterating this message to me that I was poor. But when I started to go out into nature and I saw that everything in nature is in abundance, When I started to give myself breaks from my crazy reality to just like hang out with friends or go in nature and laugh and celebrate life, I would find these moments, these hours, these days where I would forget about all that shit. And in that moment, it was like I was illuminated, I was alive, I was free. And I started thinking, like, how can I bring this feeling and this vibration into my everyday life? So when I started getting bills in the mail, I wasn't like, oh fuck, and like just taking the bills and like hiding them or like not paying them. Like, even if I only had a little bit of money in my account, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pay this bill, I'm gonna make it happen. And then maybe, let's say I only had a little bit of money left for food, I would find like a really awesome, inspiring 3-ingredient cheap meal on Pinterest, and I would get the ingredients with my $5 or whatever, and I would have fun making it, and I would serve it for me and for my friend or whatever. When my friends wanted to hang out and I couldn't afford it, I would come up with another idea, like, hey, how about we go on a hike, or how about we go on a walk, or how about we split the bill, or how about you come over and we'll do each other's makeup or something, I started thinking more like, what can I do with this opportunity? What can I do with these restrictions? I stopped seeing myself as poor, and I just started following the flow and trusting and doing what I needed to do. Sometimes I would be like, I literally need more money and I'm totally screwed right now. And so I would look around and be like, okay, do I have anything I can sell here? One time I took a bunch of clothes and I sold them to this vintage shop, and I made like $60. I was like, what? Turns out my good fashion taste was good for something. I sold DVDs once on eBay. Like, I made $20. I was like, oh my gosh, like that can make a big difference when you're really needing money sometimes, okay? So maybe it's about changing your mindset, not being afraid of your bills. Maybe you have that one big bill every month that comes up and you're always afraid of how you're gonna pay it. Well, look back in the past. You've paid it every single time. Whatever that thing is hasn't gotten repoed yet. Like, it's gonna be okay. Maybe you were late once or twice, but you're gonna make it happen. And you have to make it happen. You got no other choice. You've taken on these obligations, these responsibilities, and you gotta make it happen. This is your life. And so I just feel like for you, it's a mindset, and it's maybe looking back and asking yourself, how did my caregivers and how did my parents or whoever you grew up with, how did they see money? How did my community see money? And you might realize you grew up in poverty consciousness, you grew up in lack mentality, and that wired your brain that way. So maybe getting some books about money and money management, and books about like believing in wealth, or there's like this one book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad that's really good. I really like Wayne Dyer. He has some really good books about money and wealth and finances and abundance. There's so much information out there. Find the information that really lifts you up, and maybe even taking a little course, investing in making money by getting a course online about how to improve your abundance and finances. I love online courses, and sometimes when you pay for something, it forces you to take it seriously, But the main thing is you got to implement it. It's really easy to read. So basically this message is about your mindset. And what we see here with the 10 of Pentacles is a message about abundance really coming into your life. Like, abundance is your birthright. And I feel like this is saying something that will also help you grow money is to be generous with what you have. Even if you just have a couple dollars, and you have a small meal, still share it. I remember I was in another country, and it was a country that was really not very wealthy, and I had a friend invite me over for dinner, and they just offered me so much abundance, just whatever they had, they offered it to me, and they were so generous, and it was so kind, and I was just like, wow, this is abundance. It doesn't have to abundance doesn't mean $1 million or $5. You can be abundant with whatever you have, So anyways, I hope that inspires you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 5, let's get your message about how you can grow your finances or your income. Okay, this message here is really simple. I feel like for you, it's not about something you have to do. It's more about a mindset. You might want to watch number 4 as well. If number 4 or parts of number 4 resonate with you, go for it. Because this message kind of feels like a continuation of that, but just with like a specific twist. So perhaps listen to number 4 as well, and then come back to this one. But I feel like the twist on this one is talking about cutting out specific habits in your life that are keeping you from growing your money or your income, like that's keeping you from being productive. So just some random stuff that's coming to my mind right now is like talking about your time management. Like maybe try cutting out TV or cutting out Netflix for a month and seeing what you can do with your productivity during that time. Maybe this is about cutting out sugars and processed carbohydrates and eating more fruits and vegetables and drinking more water. Maybe going on a walk, doing yoga, or trying exercise so that you have more energy and you have more time. It's so true. You guys, the days I exercise and eat healthy, I have way more time and way more energy to get stuff done, and I'm way more creative than when I'm just like being a sloth. So this is a huge message. I'm laughing. You guys all know what I mean. Like, we all have those sloth moments, and that's okay. But get on that workout business, okay? This is the Death card saying, like, letting go of habits that don't serve you. For some of you guys, this is a person. Maybe there's a person around you or someone that you hang out with a lot or that you're kind of codependent with or is kind of codependent with you that's taking up a lot of your time and energy. And so you're staying stuck with this person instead of spending more time on your own, figuring out like what you want to do with your job and moving forward in your education and stuff like that. So this is also about letting go of insecurity. Where you're at right now financially is not where you're always going to be. I'm so shocked at how much my finances have grown just in the past 2 years. Like, it is insane. My entire life has changed significantly. You can grow your finances a lot just within a year or two. You really can. And search for evidence of that. I love watching YouTube videos of people who are like, how I went from making $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month in 6 months. Like, everybody is unique, everybody's situation is different, but you can learn so many inspiring tips for the people out there who've walked this path. And so this is about inspiring yourself and trying to let go of the insecurities that you're always going to be stuck where you are. I think this is the biggest fear you have, that you're stuck. So definitely realize that you are always changing, you're always growing. The one thing in life that is assured is that if you wait, things will always change. I feel like you already have some kind of big idea or some path you're on. And this is just saying commit to it. Don't give up on it because you already have a big idea. It's just about kind of tweaking your routine so you can stay consistent. So this is about consistency for you. That is how you're going to grow your income, is through consistency. 100%. I didn't get any fashion clients until I consistently put out fashion work almost every day on my social media accounts, and I created that job for myself. So staying consistent. I didn't just, in the past I did just like once a month or every other week, but it wasn't until I was like hustling every day that's when I saw growth and income. So this is saying this is the beginning of an exciting new phase for you. And your health will improve and new connections will come into your life. And this is like a brand new start. This is saying allow this brand new start to revitalize your spirit. You're going to have these fears and insecurities. Feel the fear and do it anyways. So I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out.